Chapter 190. Leaving Dragon Capital, White Tiger perfected, everyone takes pride in being a swordsman _3. At this moment, a woman dressed in a white gauze was seen running from the mountain forest, her demeanor filled with alarm. Looking at her face, she seemed like a beauty, but when observing the rest of her body, weight, Sheshuj, event the usually composed Han Yi, a young man in his 20s who had spent years cultivating, had never encountered a scene like this before. Staring at the woman unabashedly, he quickly sat upright on the back of the tiger. The tiger growled softly twice. Han Ye's face turned red, and he could no longer sit still, promptly dismounting off the tiger. Just then, the woman ran out of the woods and stumbled over a shrub, falling forward. Han Yi quickly strode over and reached out to lift her slender arm, gently asking, "Miss, have you encountered any danger?" "Oh, immortal." The woman grabbed his hand and, taking advantage of this, embraced his arm. Han Yi felt a little disoriented as he heard her murmuring in his ear, "Teresa, demon on the mountain. Adamant. Yes, please save me. Immortal. The demon is very fierce." The woman spoke while lifting her head. When her beautiful pupils met Han Ye's eyes, they suddenly changed color, flashing an unusual hue. However, Han Yi instantly closed his eyes. Simultaneously, he held a palm thunder in his left hand and forcefully thrust it forward. Boom! Had been prepared all along. This strike hit the woman's chest, sending her flying into a tree trunk. Upon hitting the ground, she coughed up a mouthful of fresh blood. Han Yi opened his eyes and declared, "Evil creature. I knew from the start that you were not human." This woman was none other than the notorious Nine-Nether Cat Demon. Seeing her plot fold and herself injured, the cat demon didn't care about her injuries. She got up and fled at a swift pace, quickly transforming into a white light streaking through the forest. However, Han Yi was not about to let her escape so easily. He called out to the Whittadigger, "Wait for me at the bottom of the mountain." Taking up a small stone from the ground, he flicked it with a finger, sending it flying. Clang! The stone, wrapped in magic power, instantly transformed into a stone-patterned firmament treasure sword. The air resonated with the awe-inspiring aura of the sword. The cat demon, soaring in the night with the moon behind her, looked like an artwork painted in ink. Right now, her mind was in disarray. After all, she was a cat demon that had spent 300 years in cultivation. Which cultivator she had encountered in the past had ever possessed real skills? But the young man in white she had encountered tonight was indeed a formidable adversary. He was among the most powerful enemies she had ever faced in her life. But why hadn't he pursued her? No matter, she had to return to the mountain and warn her brothers and sisters to stay away from this white-clad youth. Don't respond, however. As she pondered, she felt a surge of wind sweeping in from behind her. As she turned her head, she saw a wave of sword jab bearing down on her. It was a giant half-moon-shaped sword beam. That split second, death was imminent. The strike was decisive. Han Yi glanced at the many red beast eyes suddenly lighting up in the forest, curving his lips with interest. It seemed this mission might be a bit troublesome after all. Early the next morning, as the sky was just beginning to lighten, Magistrate Sun was already up and working diligently. As a result, when he saw a sack piled at the entrance of the yamen, he was quite puzzled. What is this? The heads of those demon beasts are all in here. Han Yi leaned against the wall, holding a demonic pill in his hand. He muttered to himself as he surveyed a golden sphere, "I can bring this back as a snack for the little fox. The task is complete. I have no other business here. I'll be leaving first." Magistrate Sun looked at the 3-meter-high blood-soaked sacks piled at the entrance, his mouth agape. He hadn't come to his senses yet and only managed to reply slowly when Han Yi reminded him, "Oh, okay.